Welcome to Through the Shuffle, a crew of Magic players who've been in the game from day 1 to day 101. We came from the grind deck building on a budget, trading with heart, and still bringing heat to the table. We're here to reshape Magic, not for the whole world, but for our world, our people, our community, because we've been there, and now we're shuffling through decks, lives, and new POVs. This is Through the Shuffle. Real Magic, real players, real impact. And now your host, Akuma!
Welcome back to Through the Shuffle, where we don't just shuffle decks, we shuffle lives, stories, and passions. On this episode, we're diving into cardboard and community. Today we have with us Tabletop Team. Let's start from the top. How did Tabletop Team come to be? What was the spark that set that whole channel into motion?
Oh man, so it kind of like details how I got back into Magic the Gathering too. So like, I guess that let's go way back. I met a couple friends doing jujitsu, and the reason I started jujitsu was because I had a kind of a near-death accident, and I was like, this is something I want to do my whole life. I got into that, and then after training for a while, I hurt myself. I tore my chest, my entire pec, or at least 97 or 95% of my pec ripped away from my bone. And I had surgery and it was terrible. And I was like, I can't do jujitsu, which is something I love, but I also love Magic the Gathering. And a lot of that whole year recovery time was spent playing and enjoying my friends and the game that I love so much. And I was like, why don't I put this out into the atmosphere and see if other people can kind of gravitate towards the community that I want to put together. And I found myself venturing into other people's community, and it's a really beautiful thing. And I met so many good people, including Sinnsayy. Shout out for editing this video. But yeah, I used to be a really heavy competitor, and then after getting hurt, I just needed something else to distract me, and I'm very lucky that the distraction is something that I've come to love and became a significant part of my life. So,
Well, that injury sucks. It sounds very painful. I winced at that. You said 98%.
give or take, yeah.
But I'm glad, like you said, that distraction led you into this community, and I'm glad that we have you. You're a big part of it. You've done some amazing things with your outreach. So the next question is, what was the moment when you realized that your channel could be bigger than just games? When you thought that you could actually leave an impact on the people and communities that you started to reach out to?
Oh man, I actually had no idea. I honestly didn't think it would go anywhere. It's something that I honestly still do for fun. So it doesn't, even if I had 40 followers or I made anyone smile or laugh or engage and have fun, it would matter to me. I think once I started doing that charity event for...
So this dude right here, MTG Nerd, he is 13 and he is trying to build a deck. He obviously doesn't have a job and he doesn't have the means to put the deck together. So he asked me about deck ideas and helping him build this commander. So I went out of my way to buy him this commander and a mana base of lands, and I was wondering if anyone else would like to help.
The young guy, MTG Nerd, that like really started getting the ball rolling. And I've always wanted to do charity-based stuff, which I'd love to break into later because I'm going to have some very cool opportunities for people in the future. And now I'm kind of just clinging to that because I've always wanted a venue to do charity, and being able to do it around a game that I love and help keep people off the streets. I'm from Chicago, which is kind of dangerous. I grew up kind of being a little more live on the edge type, and now that I'm not, I realize how dangerous that was. And I really want to help others to not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
The MTG Nerd thing really got me going, and I was like, wow. I think just seeing the love that people had for that and him not knowing who he was really like, damn. Not only do I have some potential to do something with this, but these are great people to do it with, right? I think that's what matters the most, because you could do things in any facet of life that you hate, right? You could be successful in any facet of your world, but if you hate doing it, are you really successful? You know what I mean? I hate to be that like one of those sound like one of those guru guys. It's like, oh, you can be whatever you want to be, but again, if you hate doing what you do, I mean, success is subjective, right?
No, that completely makes sense. I understand that too. I feel that. I do a lot. I used to also live on the wild side growing up. But about MTG nerds, community work and charity work isn't easy. What keeps you going and what fueled you? Like, what inspired you to take on that challenge?
Oh man, I don't know, just a shot in the dark, I guess. I wish I could say more things. Like I said, I've always had the urge to give back, and I was like, damn, I have like no time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm busy. I got the girl, I got work, and that I'm always traveling for that. And when I come home, I'm like exhausted or trying to make content things. But being able to have the venue through the content I make in order to do that has been great. And that's kind of what keeps me going. I would say, I hate to sound cliche, but the people that I interact with every day do kind of give me the urge to keep going, because honestly, it just, they're great people. And I like being able to talk to people and have people be like, yo, you're the reason I went to my first, pre-release ever, is cool. Like that makes me smile, and being able to engage with people at these events also makes me smile. So I think the ability to smile makes me keep going, that's for sure.
Nice. About your community, I noticed that you're almost at like, I think 10,000 followers, I believe. So you're getting up there, up in numbers. For your community, my question for you is, your fans, the people that you outreach, why? You said that you do it because you like having them have a smile on it, but who are you targeting? Because you said that you're trying to give back. Are you trying to give back to a specific crowd, or are you trying to give back to just everyone in the community?
So, here we can let me inject some things here, because this is kind of where I wanted to segue to. That's awesome. So essentially, I want to give back to people who are new, or give to people that are new, right? Or give back to people that have been playing the game for a while, or people that have returned. Like, I was talking to one guy who he just kind of got back to the game, and he's like, I've never played Commander, but I used to play constructed formats, and we like talked to him about decks and things and where he can go play. And I am currently in the process of getting a non-for-profit done, and I'm gonna make the venue to donate to the non-for-profit through Patreon. And then I was like, dang, having to do the Patreon and stuff seems like even more, which is fine. I'm more than happy to do that, but I wanted to be able to offer something through the Patreon as well. So me and one of my friends are trying to make an application, more so like an IO. But anyways, what you would do is you would upload your deck or your collection, your card collection. And let's say you wanted to build a commander or a legendary creature you have as a commander deck. It would take your entire collection and formulate the best deck you can make out of your collection, so you don't have to spend extra money. And then it would also ask if you wanted recommendations based on budget and things to help put into that deck. So that's what I want to offer to people that do pledge a donation. And the donations through the Patreon start at $1 a month, which is so insignificant that I just want people to feel like they can give back. And luckily, I have built a platform where I can give these things away on a monthly, weekly basis, whatever it may come to in the future. And then being able to go to events and set up events and safe spaces for people to play the game, like I said, in this city, is monumental for me. You know what I mean?
Definitely. That's absolutely amazing. I love that idea. I think that idea is absolutely amazing. I would love to see how that like blossoms and grows. I would love to just, as an MTG player, as someone who has a big collection, I would definitely love to see how that plays out and be a part of that growth. And that kind of leads into my next question, because I was going to ask you, about your approach to newcomers. Do you think that they should be hesitant about coming back to Magic the Gathering if they have played it? Or for newcomers, do you think that they should be scared to go to the local LGS? What do you recommend for them to really get out there to get boots on the ground?
First things first is I definitely read reviews of game stores, because as I travel for work, and I have been to some game stores that are doozies, right? Which I'm trying to keep it PG, but safe to say that they're taking let me see what the best way to say this is. Understanding that not everybody is super kind in general is part of the game as well. Do not be afraid. Don't definitely go out and seek people, but not everybody gets super lucky their first time, and don't get discouraged by that. I would say just be personable and understand that you're playing the game, and try to engage with people outside of the interaction that's happening in the game, right? Like if you just play a game with somebody and talk about strictly the game, you don't really get to the gathering part. You just played Magic, right? But definitely read reviews. If an LGS has bad reviews, I'm not saying X-nay it, but it might not be your best first LGS experience, right? Or some people don't even have the opportunity to do so. I know that you have that Plane Shift League. That's a perfect place to get to know people. Download Spell Table, play some paper Magic, do some MTG online, or play some Arena just to get familiarized with things. And don't be afraid to ask questions. A lot easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. Asking questions is never easy. But the more brave you are to ask people how things work, the more you get to learn.
I like that answer, and I will say, and I've had this conversation with a lot of other MTG creators. A lot of people forget about the gathering. They just all worry about 100%. Magic, and and I think that's the one thing about our community, is that there is a lot of toxicness in our community, but there is a lot of the gathering. You just got to be able to weave your way through it. And that kind of leads me into my next question. Man, you wear a lot of hats. You said that you travel for work. You got a girl. You're a creator. You've been helping, trying to mentor people. You've been taking on the task of building this IO app. How do you balance all of that, and be present in your own life while still being engaged in the community?
Damn, that's a good question. It's really hard for me to sit still. A blessing and a curse, right? I've been trying to read more because I still have to have my mind doing something, and I don't want to sound like, I don't know, somebody that I'm not. But it's hard for me to watch movies. It's I definitely got a little neurodivergency going on, which has worked in my favor. But definitely doing a lot of things. Always, my desk is full, and I'm just I don't even know how I juggle it. It's I think I used to be a really big procrastinator, and nowadays I've trained myself to be when I think of something I need to do, I'm gonna do it right now. So it kind of keeps me accountable. So speaking of teaching new players, my girl really wants to learn how to play. I think she wants to learn because I enjoy it, and she wants to do that for me, which is super kind, and I'm super lucky to have a partner like that, and I love her very much, and I hope she watches this and listens to this, because it's true. Regardless of which, I have the card sitting on my desk, and I'm literally building it as we speak. And I think the ability to multitask is great, but being able to juggle all these things is just as simple for me as the minute I think of them, I do them. So even after this, I have a card sitting on my desk, and I'm damn, I want to do this giveaway. Right when we get off here, I'm going to do it and get it done and just keep the stress off. You know what I mean?
Definitely. You're in the moment. You can't let something wander. You have to complete that task right then and there, because it makes sense. I feel it. I like that way of thinking.
And not everything's perfect. That definitely gets in the way of everything else. You know what I mean? Because there might be things that have different levels of priority. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it definitely is not all sunshine and rainbows. That's the one thing I have with podcasts, is sometimes everything sounds so perfect, and it's not. Like, I'm a real dude. I do real things. I like, outside of who I am on TikTok is like just a normal guy. But if you guys ever see me at events and things, I encourage you guys to come up to me and talk to me, and like I'll do the same. I'm a big fan too. You know what I mean? I'm not just somebody that like is like on my high horse, which I feel like some of the bigger creators, I feel like, kind of get that. It's cool to see when they engage with people. I really enjoy that. But I'm equally as much a fan. I'll be honest.
Makes sense. You don't really care about the numbers. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what this whole podcast is about. It's about real stories, real people, and being real. It's about being who you are. If you ramble, you ramble. If you stutter, you stutter. It's about being true to who you are. I want to know what makes you the magic player that you are, what makes you the content creator that you are. I want to know what inspires you, what obstacles, what trials you went through. And that leads me into like my next question is, because when you think about growth, how do you look at it? Because we've already just discussed that you don't really care about numbers. At the end of the day, you're human, you're a fan, you care about those deep connections. What do you think other creators need to be worried about when moving forward once they start getting into like the 5,000 and the, you know what I mean?
I would say my biggest thing is following people back. Like, I like following. When a small creator follows me, sometimes I miss it. I'm not perfect. Let me get that out the way. But when a small creator follows me, I'm pretty inclined to follow them back. I feel like a lot of MTG creators don't follow each other back, which is super, super weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to build a community and you're following one person. Then, like, do you really engage with these people beyond liking their comments and things like that? It doesn't make sense. Don't get me wrong. If somebody hasn't posted in like 2 years, if you want to clean up your following, that's totally okay. But for you to think that you can just not engage with people and build a community, it seems so backwards to me. And I'm not hating on anyone's game, because they might have a totally different agenda, and that's okay. But it just doesn't really make the most sense to me. So I would say follow people back. Like, be part of other people's communities. Don't just worry about building your own. Like, I don't have the most time to comment and stuff on things, but I sure as hell try. I jump into people's lives and stuff, and I'll just be like, yo, I'm stopping in just to like things because I have to go, but here's like 100 likes to you. And sometimes that's all I could do. But being able to engage in other communities as opposed from building your own inherently helps you build your own.
Nice. I like that. And that kind of relates to something that me and Sinnsayy has talked about, and it's been building your platform and giving back. Why would you build a platform and engage with all of these people and then not do anything with it? The whole point is to build the platform, build the community, build the outreach, so that way you're always giving back. That's why, to me, Sinnsayy was my mentor, because he's always giving back to me. Even to this day, he's editing this audio. Once it's done, he's going to make a whole video for it, and that's going to take him some time. And he's going to edit a couple more videos for me. So, like, he's always giving back to the community. And so I inspire to be like him, and I inspire to be like you, because you guys are truly building your platform and have made a name for yourselves and the MTG community, and are giving back, even if it's something small. Like you said, just giving 100 likes here, that's still important. And like what Sinnsayy does, he'll put your logo or drop your name in the video. He'll go the length to make sure that people can go to you and find you. And so I really appreciate you guys for doing that. So my next question for you is, say someone wants to build a community that's based on, charity, that's based on giving back. How would they go about that? What do you think is the first step for them, and what do they need to focus on?
So this is something I kind of have a little trouble with too, right? So there's so many people that give things away, and I think, how everyone's kind of their own worst critic. You kind of get the notion that, like, damn, other people are doing this, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And then in the back of my mind, my reassurance is, this is charity. Do you know how many non-for-profits and charities there are? There's infinitely many. Do you know how many people give away to like cancer research? Infinitely many. So it's like, you're not really stepping on other people's toes. And if other people feel like you're stepping on their toes for a charity thing, I feel like they care more about their page than they do about the charity thing. And maybe that's my hot take, right? It's like, if you don't engage with other people's content and communities, you care more about your page than you do about the game. And again, hopefully that doesn't get me in trouble. I don't think it's too outlandish, but I do think that it is just, you shouldn't just post, and don't be afraid. I think it's intimidating for people to ask for funding, right? And even me, I'm like, damn, this is kind of weird. But with the Patreon and having such a low entry point for it, where I'm like, hey, you can pledge $1 a month, which is 1/7 a Final Fantasy pack a month. It's $12 a year, but it adds up and allows me to build decks and give them away on the platform that I've generated, which is great. So just don't be afraid and go for it. The worst that happens is it doesn't blow up, but in time it will. Like, consistency is key with everything, whether you're in the gym or making content or whatever you're going to do. And with time and consistency, your content and things will also improve. So just keep going, go for it, say what's up, meet people, interact. You know how it is, the normal stuff that you should do in any community. It's just online.
Got you. All right, and for my final question for this interview is, what's one memory or one moment that reminds you why you do what you do for the community tabletop?
Oh man, you might have to give me a minute for this.
Take all the time you need. Got it.
I think when I started playing in the Mirrodin era, which is like, what, 2008, the Mirrodin block, I was bad. I was young. I was bad. I was real bad. Like, I didn't even know what like half the mana pips were and things. I was just trying to play because I liked card games, and I thought they were cool. So I think when I started, nobody helped me, and that sucked like real bad, because I just went to like a standard tournament because that's what people were doing, and I got smoked like every single time, and people would just be like, sorry, as they like decimate a child. So being able to not let that happen, although times are different, like you can kind of do your own research. At the time, I didn't really know how to do that. Being able to make people not feel scared to play the game is what it's all about for me. I would rather make people feel invited instead of shunned. And I think that although people don't really like some of the Universes Beyond stuff, like Wizards is opening the door for new players, but it's more so up to us to kind of keep them here, because the cards can be cool, but the minute they sit down to play, if they get like hated out every game, they're probably just going to sell them or let them sit. So be nice. don't just hate your new buddies out of the game, because whatever, sometimes it's okay to let people win too.
Nah, I like that. I really do like that. And on the topic of Universes Beyond, I really like it. I really like that Magic is doing that to get new players in, because again, like you said, it's a way for someone to get interested. Oh, I like this card, let me go play. You know what I mean? It's not for you to bully them at the table just because they're not playing something from an official Magic the Gathering set or from an official Magic the Gathering board. Like, it's okay. Like, they're new, they want to get into the game. Let's be welcoming. Let's not forget that it's called Magic the Gathering, not Magic the Bully.
Yeah, I've straight up held the noodle in my hand for like the entire game just to see somebody else take the first win at the table, because I can tell that, I don't want to say they feel intimidated, but they feel like some people don't really take like or don't win easy. Does that make sense? It's like not taking a compliment well.
That makes sense.
Right? Like, that's like somebody coming up to you and be like, you're handsome, and you're like, nah. It's like, just take the compliment. You know what I mean? So like, I have a friend who like he'll win a game and he'll be like, oh, I just tried my hardest. And I'm like, nah, man, you kicked our ass. Like, that's it. Like, like, own that. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely know that. I had someone in my pod who was exactly the same way. He would build good decks, and then halfway through the game just give up. And it was like, man, like you really had the game, just stop. Like you could have won.
Yeah, and like sometimes I'll even like hold up interaction on the stack when people are trying to like interact with them. I'm like, I'm gonna counter that, and they'll be like, why? And I'm like, because he just built this entire board, and like I'd rather lose to him than to you. You know what I mean? Like just for fun. I mean, I'm not like trying to do that to spite anyone. It's my play group. You know, I'm not doing it at the LGS. I'll kind of let things ride, but in my play group, we'll be like, you won the entire day last Saturday. We're just gonna like we're gonna hold you down a little bit, but that's how we play. So don't think I'm like that with people I haven't met. Me and my friends are what's the word I'm looking for? Funny. I'll put it that way.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we are big talkers. We like to jokingly get at each other. You know what I'm saying? Get under each other's skin and stuff. But that's
definitely.
That's the beauty of it. We're that close that we can like straight up start like screaming at each other in a funny way and then be like, all right, go ahead.
Yep. That's literally how I was playing with my best friend yesterday. We're streaming. It literally was like that. I played Problem Bigger turn 3 just for him to get rid of it, for this man to go ahead play Smothering Tithe, and then I forget what Impact Tremors. And I'm like, you just couldn't let me keep my one, and you so it's like, so I definitely feel it.
Yeah,
but
my buddy was playing. He was playing rabbits yesterday. Like whatever, Heir Apparent. That's his bag right now. He's like, I want to foil it out. This is like my baby. And I'm like, okay. So like he like turn 3 anointed procession. I like got rid of it. He recurred it, and I got rid of it again just for the other guy to win. And I'm like, I just don't like that card. I'm just not gonna let that go.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm definitely gonna reach out to you to get some more information about the IO that you're working on. I would like to get you back for another episode of the podcast in the future, with some other creators who I think could, definitely bounce ideas off of. And I think it would be good because it'll allow all of you guys to get your platform out there even more. So where can people find you at, by the way?
Tabletop team on both YouTube and TikTok. It's kind of all I have right now. My YouTube is super lackluster, so forgive me. I'm trying to figure out some OBS so I can actually put some content out there. Also, for yourself, and I would love to play some games with you, maybe through the Plane Shift League, and just kind of post longer videos to YouTube. So please hit me up through there. I'm not really too active on Discord. So if you hit me up on there, be like, kind of hit me up on TikTok and be like, yo, I sent you a message on Discord. And then I'll like give a little more attention to that. It's something I got to get better at. We all got things we're working on. But I would love to get in here with Sinnsayy, pardon me. I was watching too much CDH videos, not Sinnsayy. And honestly have a 3-way talk, especially because he has so much lore about him because he's been in the game so long. And let's just have a positive talk about it while acknowledging that negative stuff exists, because again, it does, and that's okay. It's totally okay that negative stuff exists. So if you want to get some people in here and run some games, do some things like that, I would love to do that with you and anyone that might listen to this. Reach out. I'm a normal person.
Got you. I definitely will reach out. I understand that you're a normal person. I have to work on some things too, which is reaching out as well and being more productive and having more community building. So that's what I'm working on right now. And that kind of leads into my outro, because community doesn't happen by accident. It's summoned card by card, word by word, table by table. And to Tabletop team, thank you for sharing your story, your purpose, and your passion. To everyone listening, remember, we don't just play games, we build worlds. Until next time, shuffle up, show up.
When you walk away, you don't hear